Hey there, my name is Sam, and I'm joined by Brian and Jacob, and welcome to the first episode of the Regular Sized Man podcast. This is a podcast where we discuss everything pop culture and give our opinions on it. This is our first time podcasting, so we'd appreciate any feedback you have on it. Today we're going to be talking about MCU Rumours, DCEU news, and some more nerdy stuff. Hope you guys enjoy. So welcome guys to the first ever episode of the podcast. Very excited to be here. To start off, my name is Sam. I'm 20 years old. I'm probably the most experienced with a mic because I am a YouTuber and Twitch streamer. So I'm kind of not the full host, but I'm, leading the charge here. But basically, I am a YouTuber, Twitch streamer studying digital media. Big nerd, so there's nothing really exciting about me. That's pretty much it.
Hey guys, I'm Jacob. I'm 19 years old. I'm a big movie fan. Love the MCU, love DC, but unfortunately not the DCEU, and have a somewhat decent knowledge of comic books.
And I'm Brian, your friendly neighborhood engineer. I enjoy arguing, and I'm happy we're doing this podcast. It's about time we do it.
Yes, no, we've been planning this for a while. We've been planning this since we saw Avengers Endgame. So we saw that it's almost been a month since we saw Endgame, and we've been planning the podcast for almost a month. We did our practice last week, and that went pretty well. So this is the first official episode, you could say. So we are very keen. And then Mum's sneezing downstairs. I don't know if you heard that.
I thought that was a bit of excitement for us.
Yeah, that was a bit of excitement. But anyway, yeah, we started this podcast because... Would you say that we just talk shit a lot about movies anyway? So
I definitely don't talk shit. You're the guys are the ones that talk shit.
No. It's mostly me and Sam agreeing on one theory, and then Brian coming in and
speaking facts.
Disagreeing with that.
Yeah, pretty much. That sounds about right. But what's been new with you guys? What have you been watching? What have you been doing this week?
Well, I watched Shazam. Finally, which you guys haven't watched it yet, so I'm not going to spoil it for you guys.
No.
That would be lovely.
I really liked it. I thought it was really good. I also watched John Wick 3.
I don't want to hear anything about that.
I've not seen number 2 yet. I saw number 1. But
does Shazam save the DCU?
No, because...
Do you like the DCU now? Because you're massive against it.
No, still no. Okay, so it wasn't that good.
No. It was really good. It's just that it's not really a DCEU anymore.
Did you watch it in the movies?
No.
Do you reckon that would have made a difference?
No, my thoughts are still the same.
Okay,
yeah.
alright.
It's good. It's really good. It's just I don't think anything can save it anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's dead.
They just need to finally just give it up and start.
Just stop announcing different projects and shit like that.
Yeah, fair enough. What about you, Brian? What's been new with you?
Just studying this week. It's been a bit busy. Haven't been time to watch any movies recently, but 1 week left. So, looking forward to it. Yeah,
we finish uni next week. That's exciting. I mean, I don't have exams. So I think I finish next Friday, have 2 assignments due, and then I'm off for 6 weeks. So I'm pretty happy, because you guys only get a month. So I'm winning compared to you guys.
Big time you are. I thought we were already done. So
yeah.
Yes, it's exciting times. Exciting times. Alright, so we'll move on to our first topic of today, which we'll start with the MCU. I feel like the MCU is probably going to be our go-to topic for every week, just because it's probably... it's the thing we follow most.
There's never not news.
Yeah, it's always news. So we'll start with the first one, which is Avengers just passed Avatar for highest domestic box office. It's 100 million off passing worldwide, with 29 million on the weekend, but it's just passed Avatar for domestic, and not on the way to beating Star Wars, because it will not catch Star Wars domestically.
No, Star Wars has got to lead, I think, a good 200 million on that, or 250 mil. It's
going to take a while for... I mean, it only got 29 mil on the weekend, so I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it, and that was worldwide, so I don't see it beating Star Wars. I'm still struggling to see it beating Avatar, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it'll beat Avatar.
I'm hoping it does.
Brian?
I don't know. I think Avatar have done a really, really good job in terms of their box office, because obviously, looking at Endgame, they had 10 years of movies, 22 films. They had fans from the comics. They had all these things that backed up their movie, and this was the last one. I feel like if they can't pass a movie that just came out with some new technology and didn't really have a fan base before, Avatar's done very well for themselves, and Endgame, it's very good still. But I can't see it reaching number 1 either, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
But remember when
wrong, but
yeah, I know. Well, remember when Avatar came out? It was everyone was every media critic was this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. You have to go see it. And then there was the whole 3D thing, which kind of helped bump up their box office as well.
I think the best part about this podcast is every time we disagree.
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 Yes, good English, Ryan.
It's documented, so I can come back later and say how wrong you guys were.
Okay.
all right.
We'll see, mate.
We'll be using the same thing against you. So.
100%.
No, but no disrespect to Avatar. It's obviously very big credit to James Cameron. He did very well on that one, and he hasn't released a movie since. So I can just imagine he's chilling in a beach house in Maui.
I would be.
Putting his feet up.
He signed on for number 2.
And 3 and 4 and 5.
He is? No, I think he's only signed up for them.
No, it's like 5 or 6. It's ridiculous.
He has?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, fun fact though, I heard this the other day, that Avatar 2 was meant to be released in every single year since 2014.
I saw that too.
Yeah, it's been pushed back every year since 2014. And now it's been pushed back to 2021 last week, I think that was.
Well, apparently the idea is with Disney now is that I think they're having because it's going to come out in 2021. Well, the plan is to have Avatar in 2021. They're going to have the next trilogy of Star Wars, 2022, 24, 26, and then they'll have an Avatar in between.
Yeah, I heard that. It's like an off year.
So one of them is going to kill the other.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much like battle until...
Yeah.
But I heard that after the trilogy, after the Star Wars, they're kind of done for a while.
I hope so. I like Star Wars. I really enjoy Star Wars, but I think it takes a little bit... Like, Star Wars is like this really big... It's this really big deal, and it's this... kind of beloved kind of franchise and stuff. So I think it's not going to be the worst thing for them to go away for at least a few years.
Yeah.
I agree with that, because even like the biggest Star Wars movie is the one after they took a 10-year break.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was like coming back to that originality and coming back to the story and coming back to something new. But then what happens is when they start releasing movies back to back, sometimes they can be rushed, sometimes they're not exactly what you want, and there's not as much anticipation so you don't enjoy it as much.
I go to you, man. Yeah.
Going back to Avatar though, it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to release one every year, because like the first one took 10 years to make.
Yeah, but that was in an era when CGI obviously was nowhere near.
Yeah, I understand that, but even in for them to make such a big movie, they need to follow it up with something huge.
But in saying that,
it's they could be looking at the next 10 years of technology like they were back then.
Yeah, but in saying that, honestly, they have 5 more coming out. But can you either of you honestly tell me any part of the plot from the first Avatar at all?
Yes,
I don't remember.
No, actually, I can. I'm not going to, but I can.
No, but like I honestly do not remember that movie at all.
No, I can't remember their names.
I remember them having like the thing with the flower. And
that was
the only thing I
having sex
remember.
with their ponytails.
They were.
Yeah, that was the sex with the ponytail.
So,
only thing I remember from that movie.
I'm pretty sure the avatars were hybrids of something.
I thought they were just some alien.
No, I'm pretty sure they're hybrids, and that's when he goes into the machines, he imitates the hybrid to go into the natural animal.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2021. I'm hoping we're still doing this podcast then. If so, we'll give you a review when that comes out. It's not 2 years away.
We're writing that one in. We're putting it in.
Lock it in. It's in the calendar, boys. We'll go set. But continuing on with Marvel, Scarlett Johansson got engaged. What are your thoughts on that one?
Who's she engaged to?
Okay, to the guy from Saturday Night Lights. That's all I really know about him.
There's a lot of guys from Saturday Night Live.
Well, I think his name's Colin.
Lights.
Oh, Lights.
Yeah,
it's Saturday Night Lights.
Yes. Anyway, she got engaged. So, congrats to her. Hopefully, 3rd time's a charm for her marriage.
Yeah.
And new rumors came out about a movie. Was this from an interview in Italy? Was that where it was from?
Apparently, it's what Sebastian Stan said, but no one can find.
Wait, no, it is.
No one can find the official, like, dialogue or video of him saying it. Yeah, but apparently it's from Sebastian Stan.
So this is apparently apparent, but it hasn't been found anywhere. And
everyone's been saying it though.
Yes. So the rumor is that Black Widow movie is going to be set in between Civil War and Infinity War, so in between that timeline. For the Black Widow movie. So that rules out the idea of Budapest being discussed in the movie. So, or an origin story too as well. So
I'm glad about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm just glad that I think the majority don't want the an origin story, which is good.
Yeah, I was keen for Budapest, but I'm not sure.
So was I. This will take a good turn though. I think after Civil War, it'll be the fractured bit. Was she in the raft? I forget. No, because she was Team Iron Man.
No,
So
she wasn't.
wasn't in
No, she was Team Iron Man, and then she switched to
That's
save
right.
and
So
help
was
him
she?
get out.
So did she get put in the raft?
No,
No, because
no.
she signed the document.
Yeah, she
So
signed the document, so
it's
she's
just-
fine.
So I'd imagine
really,
she's just
out of-
doing government jobs.
Yeah.
Out of everyone, she kind of won because she signed the document, so she doesn't go to the right. She doesn't go, like, no one's against her, but she still helped Cap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So she.
Scarlet
yeah,
winning
she
on
did-
and off
she
the
did a
court.
bit- She did a bit of a Hannah Montana. She got the best of both worlds.
All right, that's enough. All right, that's the end of the podcast. Let's pack it up and go home. But yeah,
Oh,
that,
no.
it could open the possibility of a spy movie.
I
As
really
well,
hope so.
because you know how they like the experimented a bit with different like they've talked. I've heard rumors about how they want to experiment a little bit, like with like the types of movies they do. I mean,
It would be cool if it's like a female 007. It'd be like,
that'd be cool. Like they have like the way what I mean, like you know, in like the first phase, it was like Iron Man, who's like techie and fucking cool, and then Cap's like you know, and Thor, and then like they brought in magic in like phase 2 and phase 3 and that kind of stuff. So like they're testing the waters with like different types of movies,
Yeah.
and then you know bringing a spy movie in with.
I think
Scarjo?
it'd be great.
It'd be really
I think
good.
it'd be really good.
I'd be cool. I'd be down for it.
Could even be set in Russia.
Oh, true. Yeah. Maybe she goes back home.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. See where it goes.
Yeah. Next, we have Zac Efron being casted as Adam Warlock for Guardians 3.
I really like it.
See, yeah, this is gonna have to be you two. I don't really know a lot about Adam Warlock, so I'm gonna need you.
let's-
Need you to help me.
let's first of all,
Yeah.
let's talk about the casting. Let's just say that Marvel casted way better than DC did for this week's podcast
All right.
that we're going to talk about.
We'll
We're
get
talking
that
about
later.
DC. We'll talk about DC soon.
I think you're wrong.
See, it's
Again.
we'll see. We'll talk about this later.
You are wrong. again.
but
Warlock though.
I like Zac Efron here, like
I
as this
really-
character.
I think that he's. I think it suits him a lot. I think obviously we see at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy #2, we see him being made, essentially, which is it was a
He was in the cocoon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we see that, and we see him obviously. I'm guessing he's gonna come out of there. It might start from there. How are they gonna do it? I'm guessing if they follow the comics, it's gonna be he's a good guy.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think it'll be the exact opposite. Well, now with Thor and Asgardians, you have someone that can actually go up against him and still possibly lose because he's this genetically altered and made
Because he's pretty much like
person.
evil Captain America,
Yeah.
essentially.
a vision.
yeah,
He's
no,
more
but
like
obviously,
Batman.
obviously a cosmic version of that. So
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean.
So you've got that, like you've got Thor now that can go against him. So like if it was just the Guardians going against him,
They'd be fucked.
Yeah.
has it, you know? But now
Yeah.
you got Thor. So like I'm gonna guess he's gonna be a villain. I don't think they'll want to like because you know what was that race, in Guardians 2 that made him.
You tested me here. Yeah. no.
Whatever the race is,
Yeah, I
I
know
don't
what
think
you're
they're going to want to redo that race in Guardians 3. I don't
Yeah,
think they
yeah,
will.
yeah.
I think somehow Adam Warlock will just go off on his own.
Yeah, I feel like it'd just be like a rogue soldier.
Yeah.
Well,
either
obviously,
way,
because
he'll-
they say that the idea is they're making perfect soldiers.
yeah.
Except he's the plans
The
that they
sovereign,
have, and
the
that's when he
Oh, the
goes.
sovereign, yeah. There
That's
you
when
go.
he goes good because of their plans.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'd say he'd be villain, and then
Villain.
and then he'll, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I heard that, like, I read something, again, rumors again, that him and Thor, like, team up at the end of the or they become allies at the very end of the movie, and that leads to, like, something else down the line.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that, but, like, that's all I really know. I have faith in Zac Efron for this character. Like, I've seen, apparently he did really well in the Ted Bundy movie, like,
It is. I've seen it. It's really good.
like apparently he was really
He's
good at that. He got
very
a lot of praise.
Yeah.
So I don't doubt his acting ability at all. It just really depends on how they portray the character. And obviously he's got the body for it, obviously, from Baywatch.
Yeah. I think.
You know.
I think
Talking
he'd be
about
really
Zac
interesting.
Efron,
Yeah.
we have a lot in common actually. As of recently,
Oh, here we go.
he's torn his ACL.
Did he?
He tore his ACL.
Yeah. So you have torn your ACL.
Yes.
Okay. But did you get surgery? No, because you're
No,
a
but
idiot.
do you
And
remember-
have you played basketball since in the following 3 years? No.
Do you remember how he tore his ACL?
Oh, I remember exactly how you tore your ACL.
Open
Do you
layup
want
in
to tell?
basketball, falling over.
I
Yep.
think I opened up a can that I didn't want to.
Yeah, you did.
It really backfired on
I
this
got one
one.
more little bit of Marvel news before we move on.
I think you
Yes.
guys are just a bit jealous that me and Zach are pretty much the same person.
I share the same
You know,
birthday as Chris
you know
Brown.
what? I would have said that I'm good looking like Zac Efron, but you obviously went on a different route and went with the ACL thing. But
Yeah, like you could have had
you could have had a really good one, and we
really
you know.
backfired.
Anyway,
That last bit of Marvel news. Apparently, the rumor is for the Spider-Man post-credit scene,
Mm-hmm.
Sinister Six. teaser. So obviously Mysterio will still be there. Then you've got Vulture, Scorpio.
So it's
Rhino.
Sinister, we've seen the Sinister Six in. Did you watch
It was
the
the end of-
Stan
it was-
Marvel?
Oh, I was yeah,
cartoon?
yeah.
That is actually based off that. They do it a bit differently, but that's the idea.
Well, it was also teased in the end of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, with Rhino, and then it shows you
And then the
the.
suits with
That's right. That's right.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah,
True.
really interesting if that's true.
Yeah, keeping on the Spider-Man things, Silk is also getting a movie in the Sony verse. Korean American Spidey, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah. So that's also apparently happening, which would be cool. I think Sony are gonna backpack off Marvel to get their universe kind of started.
I wonder if they're gonna. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna work because.
I think
it's assumed that Venom is not in the same universe as the MCU.
No, he's not.
So
He can't be.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I know, but
He's in
so
the
does
Sonyverse.
that mean Silk's going to be in that universe?
Potentially, but that also leaves the possibility of Spider-Man going to that universe and ditching Marvel.
I
Which
don't want that.
I really don't want that, but you know what I mean. Like it really opens up the
Well,
possibility.
in the trailer of Far From Home, we hear Spider-Man say there's a multiverse, and that
Yeah.
could just be him referring to Sony and Marvel.
Well, yeah, that could leave the fact
I
that
really hope not.
And at
I
the
mean-
end, he could be like, "I'm going to a different universe," and he just walks into like the Sony studios.
Yeah, I'm still hoping, fingers crossed, that Deadpool walks out of like a time portal at the end of
Dude.
dude, how good would that be? Deadpool in the MCU.
I really hope so.
I mean,
really hope so.
I mean, like it probably won't happen, but like,
No.
I mean, I feel like there's going to be something big that happens though, even if it's in the post credits. Like something big's going to happen.
Well, yeah. We're
Purely
gonna
for the
have-
fact,
Yeah.
purely for the fact that Marvel won't reveal their next moves until after Far From Home.
Oh yeah, that's
Like it's got to be something.
Because Far From Home comes out.
July 5th.
Comic-Con's July 20th around. July
Yeah, so it's like 2 weeks
so-
after. So after the spoiler ban gets kind of lifted.
Yeah, shit. So
Like it's like straight after, straight into it.
But the only thing is, Marvel don't really do their panels.
They did say they were going to be releasing it just after though.
Okay,
They
well,
did say.
Okay, well, I'm really.
I have heard that they're going to have apparently around Comic Con, or there might be another con around there too. Like they're going to be releasing it at some press
Okay,
conference.
good. Oh, what about D23?
It might be that. I don't know which one it was, but it was like they're going to be releasing
Either
it
way,
at that time.
I hope so.
Around that time frame is when they're going to be revealing their like movie, like their 5-year plan.
Okay.
So
I'm happy with that.
yeah,
I'm
so
happy
that's
with that.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So back to the start of this topic that we just went down a massive rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Zac Efron, I think we're happy with that.
yeah,
Definitely
happy.
for the character.
I think so. I think
I
it'll
think
be interesting.
I think it'll be interesting. Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's it for our Marvel news. Now, quick side one, Rick and Morty Season 4. This is really your two elements. I don't know why, for some reason I've never hopped on the Rick and Morty train. I'm disappointed with myself. Out of everyone here, I figured I would be the one to hop on
I
it.
thought so too.
Yeah, because I'm the biggest nerd here.
I thought this would have been right up your alley.
But I haven't, so I'll probably have to be starting that one tonight. But there's apparently some news on Season 4.
So there's 70 episodes.
Not for season 4, but they have 70 episodes.
They've got a contract for
Apparently.
70 episodes.
Do they?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
The other
So
thing I
season
saw-
4 coming in November.
Yeah.
We've had some rumored guests such as Kanye.
I did say they were going to make a Kanye episode.
Well,
that's the only thing I've
no,
heard.
they reached out to him because Kanye likes it. They reached out to him and said, "Come do it." So
Yeah.
hopefully he comes on.
I know he's a big fan of.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kanye, have you seen that thing? Just a quick side note. Have you seen this thing when he did an interview with
I'm
Kim
pretty
K?
sure that's a side note inside of a side note.
Yeah, it is. No, it's relevant. It's movie. It's relevant to a movie.
Yeah.
He's doing an interview with Kim Kardashian, and he goes, "The only reason I agreed to this interview is because, like, at the start of The
Incredibles.
Incredibles." Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
I saw that.
Because the only reason I'm doing this interview is because, like, at the start of The Incredibles, how they're doing the interviews. This is what this feels like. Like, dude, I laughed at for like 5 straight minutes. Anyway,
That's
going back
really
to Rick and Morty. Sorry.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think it'd be good. Hopefully, they can get some big names on it. I think either way, the writers they've nailed the first 3-4 seasons.
3.
Three.
We're talking about season 4 now.
Come
You
on.
just
Talk about
mentioned
sorry.
it.
My bad. Season.
We've got it written in our notes.
Don't worry about it. Season 3, up to season 3, I think every single episode is really, really well done. I'm happy. I was annoyed when they said they were taking a massive break. I'm happy though that we've got a big queue lined up, and hopefully it's all just
How long has that break been?
been since
Did it stop when we were in year 12?
mid year 12.
So
Yeah.
2017.
So you're
2017, yeah.
over nearly 2 years.
Shit.
It's definitely been a
it
while.
will be 2 years by the time November rolls around.
Easy. So it's been over 2 years by November.
That's wow.
But I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah. You need to get on it.
I will get on it. I'll start it within the next few days.
It's on Netflix, man.
I know. It makes it easy.
It's easy.
I know. I haven't been watching a lot lately, to be honest.
Yeah.
So my bad. But next we have. Do you want to talk about John Wick real quick, because we have a lot of DC topics. Yeah, so do you want to say that for the end?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about John Wick. So Jacob saw John Wick 3. He hasn't seen John Wick 2, but he's seen number 3. And Brian, you haven't seen any of them, have you?
I have not.
Okay, well, this is going to be me and Pritch's conversation.
Pritch's and eyes.
I'm surprised that you guys never hopped on the John Wick wave. Like,
yeah, it came out in 2014, 15, the first one.
14, I think it was.
We were in, well, I don't know. I didn't watch it either.
See, I love the John Wicks. Like, John Wick is like, if John Wick 3 turns out to be as good as the first two, I'm putting it up as my favorite action series.
I think it's better than the first. And I think the action is unreal.
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to spoil, obviously, but, like, the third one is set up from the second one. So that's why, like, I know you haven't seen the second one, but the second one, I mean, it probably is explained in the third one what happens.
Well, there was... Okay. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No,
but like, the main reason for the events that are occurring in number 3 are from number 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And I quickly learnt that.
That's how, like, number 2 ended.
Yes, so I learnt that very quickly.
Okay, so it's in the movie. Okay, so I haven't seen it. We're going to be talking about the movie fully next week. So, Brian, make sure you watch 2, and we'll go see number 3 sometime.
At least watch number 2.
At least watch number 2. You don't have to watch number 1. Just watch number 2. Like, number 2 is more relevant to number 3. But that's like, I know what happened. Like, I know the premise of it. Obviously, because of...
Look, I haven't seen any of them. I know the movies have something to do with his dog.
Yeah, but we're not saying anything. We're not saying anything. But
it's
either way,
good.
It's a very good movie.
The action in number 3.
Dude, even the first one, like,
it was
really well.
Okay. No, but the third one is like extended scenes.
Really,
a whole different array of everything. Like
I want to know
guns, fist fights, everything.
Yeah,
horse riding.
He's 52. He does pretty well.
Yeah, he does, and he says he does 90% of his action.
I could imagine he would.
That's
all right. So you've been going on about the action in this movie for a little bit now.
Yeah.
How does it compare to the action in Logan?
It's.
I feel like it's different a little bit.
It's different, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you 3 series.
It's very, very, very different.
Yeah.
Okay. James Bond, Mission Impossible, John Wick. Rate the action 1 to 3.
That's not fair.
No, I'm doing it.
It's
I'm
not
telling
fair
you.
because I haven't watched any James Bond or any Mission Impossible.
Oh, this is disgraceful. No. Okay.
Shout out to Craig killing the 007.
Shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
The fact that you haven't watched 007.
I haven't watched it. It just didn't tickle my fancy, and now I've gotten older, and it's kind of tickling my fancy. So I'll probably watch it.
So
you can't tell me.
I will.
You haven't once in your life said.
I probably
The new Mission Impossible is really good.
So I'll watch that. I won't watch any other Mission Impossible. I'll probably watch the Daniel Craig, James Bonds, and that's about it.
Yeah, watch which one would you recommend, Brian? First, like your first James Bond. Which one do you recommend?
Casino Royale.
Yeah, that's a good one. They're all good. James Bond is just phenomenal. He's just a straight like. They always hit it.
Okay, alright, I'll watch that.
Yeah. Okay, so John Wick 3, we're going to have to do an extensive discussion on it next week. So
yeah, for sure.
Brian, please get on that one. I will get on it this week too.
At least watch number 2.
Okay.
Watch all 3.
Watch all 3.
Just, you can do it. You have a week. So, anyway, Detective Pikachu also is doing well. We haven't seen that either.
I know the whole plot.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not talking about it.
Well, it's exactly what I thought it was. I guessed really, really well.
Does Pikachu become a detective?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
I guess that.
Jesus, sorry for the spoilers. Sorry for the spoilers on the podcast. But no, I heard that was really good, and I don't really know. There's nothing. I don't really know. That's probably the only 3 movies.
It came third this week.
Yeah, Endgame beat it over the weekend.
Yeah, Endgame
as well.
beat it.
And John Wick.
I've heard it's good in patches, and then it falls down other parts of the movie.
Okay.
Apparently, the chemistry between Pikachu and whoever Justice Smith's character is isn't great.
Shout out Justice from Greatest Show on Netflix. The Get Down. Have you seen the Get Down?
Why are you shouting them out?
Because they might listen one day, and I just want to know.
No, they
who
won't.
them.
They really won't.
One day when they're 30.
we're 3 guys.
Dude,
anyway,
and they either made it or they're done.
Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, have you guys seen the Get Down?
No.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Disappointed.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Apologies, Brian. Sorry. Wowee. You haven't seen John Wick. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, come on, man.
John Wick's recent.
Nope.
It's not like saying I haven't seen
It's
007.
5 years. 5 years,
Can you
Brian.
stop singling me out?
Sorry. It's not like I haven't seen Rick and Morty.
Okay, come on. It's a TV show compared to a movie. It's completely different. Completely different. I have not seen a lot of TV shows, actually. I'm really slack on that. I've not seen a lot of... Like, Game of Thrones, never really got into. But then I heard the ending was pretty trash.
Yeah, I
then-
think I'm going to start it.
Yeah, I'm going to start it. But, like, they really did rush the last season.
I feel like if
I've
you-
heard all from that from
There was, like, a water bottle on the ground twice in like, that final show.
that's
Like,
really, really
come
bad.
on.
That's terrible.
It's pretty bad. But anyway, I heard the ending was trash in that one. Breaking Bad, I know the ending too, so I never just bothered watching it, even though it was really good. Walking Dead, never got into.
I want to get into The Walking Dead. I like zombie. I like zombie games.
Yeah, fair
I thought
enough.
you were just going to say I like zombies, and I was
No.
like, that's a little weird, man.
Yeah, a bit of a big one.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, look, I never really got into a lot of shows like that. I mean, I got into weird shows. Like, I had a Suits phase and a House of Cards phase, so I was on the politics law for a while.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Should become Prime Minister of Australia. I'm running next election. We just had our election, so I'll
Yeah.
run for next one.
Please do.
I'll start now.
That way we can actually live past 30 and not be in $1 million of debt already.
Or,
Shout out uni.
I'm making-
Uni, dude. We're gonna be able to buy a house.
I'm making it compulsory that everybody has to watch every new Marvel movie. It's going to be a law.
yeah.
Alrighty, so we do have a lot of DC topics for this week. DC have come out swinging this week. A lot of things happening. We've got
All rumoured to be happening.
all rumored, but like briefly covering them all. We got new casting of Batman. We got there's my mic. I just hit it. We have new trailers. We have like just so much. So
We got some bad casting in there.
Okay, we'll start with the Batman casting. Robert Pattinson to play Batman.
I like it.
See,
If I'm trying to find someone,
sorry.
if I'm trying to find someone to play a pale vampire in a series,
I'm going Jared Leto, and he's playing Morbius in the Morbius movie.
nah,
so
I'm
we got
picking
it.
Robert, right? Down, he nailed it. Done, right?
He didn't nail it.
He doesn't need to, he's not going to be able to be anywhere near Ben Affleck.
Okay, have you ever heard of spray tans? That's the first point I'm going to make to that one.
come on.
Ever heard of a tan? That's the first part.
Yeah,
And second
Ben
part,
Affleck was not that dark until he got into the movie.
Ben Affleck nailed that Batman role.
Yeah, but
Chris
looked,
Bale.
He looked
Christian
rich.
Bale.
He looked rich. Christian Bale, I have nothing against. I think he did a really well.
He was too thin, in my opinion.
He was a little bit too thin. He needed to bulk up. Like Patterson's gonna have to bulk up if he does it.
Yeah, no, well, obviously, but I think it works, dude. He'll be a good Bruce Wayne at the very least, I think.
So obviously he's playing a young Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
I heard it's younger.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it takes place within the 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
So it'll be. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna be because
I'm not
Joker's
sure.
set in the 70s, 80s.
I'm not sure.
Who knows if who knows if it's even in the same universe anymore?
Yeah, who knows? They're probably just gonna, you know what? Like, fucking Thanos is gonna come out.
Yeah,
and just,
so-
who knows with DC anymore?
Yeah.
But I don't mind the casting.
The
Only
Joker.
reason-
Hey, it probably end. The Joker and Batman have the same mother's name.
Oh Jesus!
I hope
Okay.
so.
Batman's just like choking out Joker, and he's just like Martha.
At the end, and then Superman just comes flying out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't mind the casting. Only reason I say that is because in Twilight he obviously played a very dark character, and like
Yeah.
Batman's a dark character in himself. So I think he's got like the stepping stone to be a Batman, but he'll need to bulk up a bit. I reckon.
A bit.
Well, yes, he'll need to pack it on. He'll need to go on that Zephron
But if you look
Baywatch
at his
diet.
other movies, Good Time is a good movie. He's very good in that movie.
Good Time's a good time.
Water for Elephants, he's a good actor in that movie.
You've never seen it.
High Life, he's a good actor. He's a good actor in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, I've no
Twilight
complaints.
is just.
I've never seen any of his movies, but I don't have any doubt that he's a good actor.
Twilight's just shit.
But it's like putting like The Rock as like Deadpool. It's just like it's that's people's concerns.
I
It's
know.
like,
I don't think it's the same thing though.
no, but like you don't think so?
No. Why do you say that? Because I feel like I don't think that's a good.
No, that's not my opinion. I'm saying that's what other people's opinions are.
I don't say that's a good analogy because The Rock's clearly not. The Rock could never ever be Deadpool.
That's what people are saying about
Robert
Robert
Pattinson could be though.
But I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that's why people.
Why could you not? I don't understand that. Why could you not just fill Robert Pattinson out and Why could he not play?
Look, when it comes to DC or the DCEU, even though we may not be the biggest fans of the movies, their casting is usually on point.
Everyone had backlash from Ben Affleck or
even Heath Ledger. There was a lot of backlash when he got cast.
I remember
he was going to do the same as Heath Ledger, like blow people away with his role.
You never know,
and I'm hoping he does.
I mean, people liked Jared Leto casting, and then he delivered that.
He did deliver.
Although I liked it. I kind of liked it.
As Jared Leto as the Joker.
I like the game.
I think he did fine as the Joker. It'd be interesting.
It was different.
It was definitely different.
I think Joaquin Phoenix could be better, but
different.
That's a different.
Interesting.
No, I think it's fine. But what I was trying to say is that other people like see it that way. But I think he's got potential, definitely.
I do.
He's definitely got potential. I have no doubts as him as an actor.
And to be honest, where are you going to go up?
Do you know what's
where else are you going to go than up?
All right.
This movie?
Do you know
who else are you going to cast as Batman? I mean, besides Ben Affleck, like who?
I
else
like the idea of Armie Hammer.
Who?
Armie Hammer. Have you known what he looks like?
No. Okay, let's have a quick look.
He's in Hotel Mumbai.
Okay.
He's a good actor. He'd be good. He's a big guy.
Yeah, but he'd play like a very young.
Same as Robert Pattinson.
All right, so Robert Pattinson, Batman. I want to know who they're casting as Alfred. That's a big one. I think they've.
I liked Thingo. What's his name? Jeffrey Irons. His name. I liked him. I think
he did a great job.
Really good.
It'd be interesting how they do. Obviously, if they're going to go younger, Alfred has to be younger. So maybe they can get.
No.
Maybe they can get Ben Affleck back to be Alfred.
But you could have. But no, you could have anyone as him though. It doesn't matter because he's a young Batman, but he's still Batman already. Like the youngest, I'd say the youngest he's going to be is like 23.
Yeah. Okay,
true. Like I still think it might be.
Right, so Alfred's still going to be at least 45.
I mean, like truthfully,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because
like Alfred doesn't have to be that young.
I mean, when did Bruce Wayne become filthy rich? Like how? Like what's the? I don't know this trivia. Like when did he become filthy rich?
He inherited it from his dad.
Oh, it was inherited.
His dad was already big.
So he's already, but like when did he become like really crazy smart and like have all the tech?
I don't know.
So that's my question. That might be where it's based. Like after he got the tech.
Because he was a boy, so I think he was like 11 or 12 when his parents got around there. So he could have been 9.
When Martha.
Yeah, so when Martha. And then from there, I think he just trained a little bit, and then once he
in the Christian Bale one, obviously the Dark Knight series.
Yeah.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, we realised which was the Dark Knight.
Thank you.
Sorry,
thanks, Brian.
Just to make that clear.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Well,
thank
you don't even know how Batman became rich. Let's just anyway.
Alright, fair point.
In that series, we see him obviously go and train with Ra's al Ghul. He would have learnt a lot of that stuff there. Like even like not talking about the fighting stuff, like the actual tech stuff.
He doesn't. But he doesn't go to Ra's al Ghul. He doesn't train under Ra's al Ghul when he's young.
No, when he's young.
Bruce, you're talking about.
No, but when he's obviously between that period becoming from.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah.
His parents dying and him becoming Batman.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think the problem I have with this is like when I look at the MCU, it's like it's all like a stepping stone to each other. Whereas like DC just kind of pick and choose what timelines to go in, and it just becomes very confusing and hard to follow.
I mean, Wonder Woman said in 1984.
So is that starring Gal still?
Yeah, it's still starring
the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's assumedly still in the universe with Aquaman, Shazam, because there are references to Superman and Batman in Shazam.
Okay.
So that's in the same universe.
Yeah.
If the Flash movie still happens, Flash in the same universe.
Yep.
If Cyborg ever happens, Cyborg.
What do you mean Cyborg ever happens? It happened.
No, but the movie.
Oh,
because he was when they first did it, he was supposed to have a movie by next year.
Yeah.
But not whatever now. And then, but then you've got the Outliers, which is the Joker set in the 70s, whether or not that's a prequel, which it can't be because Jared Leto's Joker's definitely going to be at least the same age as Joaquin Phoenix's. So that's I guess that's a reboot or whatever that is.
Yeah, true.
And then you've still got, it's just its own thing.
I think
is the Batman going to be? Then you've got Birds of Prey coming out. Is that going to be?
It's just all over the place.
And then the new Suicide Squad, which wasn't a reboot, which then became a reboot, which is now a sequel.
I heard
but
it's a sequel.
Still has returning cast members. So
Except,
are they going to introduce? Yeah, are they going to introduce everybody again? Is it going to be like because Rick Flag is back? Harley Quinn is back. Like,
Well, she has her own movie, obviously.
Captain Boomerang's back. Jai Courtney. So like, is that they going to reintroduce everybody? Like,
well,
I don't know. Or is it like, oh, you're back again, and then they have some new people? Like, what is?
It's like a lost cause.
What is this?
It's a lost cause.
I think a major problem with the DCEU is obviously they were playing catch up. Like from the start, they tried to go too big. There was no stepping stone. It wasn't like we saw.
Talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
We never saw Iron Man. We never saw Captain America, and then eventually they got together. It was kind of like we saw Batman v Superman. We saw Justice League.
And well, hold on. We saw. Yeah. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
Everything was just so. They just tried to go big, quick, and they knew like you hear, okay, Justice League's coming out. It's Batman. It's Wonder Woman. It's Superman together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good movie. It was too rushed. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to go with Marvel.
But I think
agree.
with a few things they're doing now with casting the new Batman, with the new Joker movie, with the new Birds of Prey movie, they may be taking it a step back and fixing it.
If they're patient, I think they can pull it off. But they've got to be patient. They can't rush movies out like they've been doing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, like I said, you guys haven't seen Shazam yet, and I won't spoil it, but Shazam is a very good movie.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Is it like... Do you see Shazam as a movie like resetting everything up, like, you know, a good starting point, or do you see it as in like trying to transition away from the shit movies they've made? Well, okay, when I say shit's too far.
Okay, I think you can definitely see the difference from Shazam from the ones before it, apart from Wonder Woman, because that's an outlier, I think, because that's the only good movie before it.
Yeah, true.
Because Aquaman's not great.
I mean, like Batman v Superman, they weren't bad movies.
I liked Batman v Superman,
but like
there were just a lot of elements in it that I didn't like, but I liked it as a whole.
Like it wasn't like when I say bad movies, I mean like the potential was like a 10, and like they came out as like a 7.
Yeah, so they're not the worst things in the world. It's just
they had like they could have been better.
But yeah, I do see you see the difference. Shazam is a lot more lighthearted.
Yeah,
and I didn't mind the gritty, dark thing they were doing. They were doing. I just don't think they did it right.
Yeah.
But I do think Shazam is definitely like a reset kind of thing. But you can't reset Shazam because Aquaman 2 is coming out, and Aquaman's in the same universe. Wonder Woman 2 is coming out, and that did so well. Like, you can't pick and choose what you're keeping.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's confusing.
And then like Man of Steel, are they doing another one or like?
What would they do for Man of Steel 2? Like, you know.
Well, that's been rumored to be going on for ages.
Yeah,
but who even knows if Henry Cavill's still in?
No, he's not. He's doing the Witcher series now.
No, but he might be in it though.
True.
Who knows, man?
But I also heard about Black Superman. That was also a rumored thing as well.
Yeah.
This is a while back, obviously, but like the fate of DC is just kind of like
it's really up in the air.
Whereas like Marvel, like I hate to compare, but like Marvel's is like we're gonna find out the 5-year plan in a couple months.
It's crazy when you think about Marvel too, because from the beginning, it's almost like they had the goal of going towards the Infinity Stones. I wouldn't say Thanos, because that may have changed. But
they had Thanos come out in the first Avengers. Like, that's when he was first shown.
Yeah,
like,
but exactly. So there was always... Yeah, but it wasn't clear enough that that's going to be a big bad. That was more like...
It was definitely clear enough.
It was clear enough. Because
but it was open enough that if they wanted to bring in someone else, they could have.
No, you are right.
But they still had, like, the Infinity Stones were kind of like, okay, this is where we're heading. And everything kind of linked, where the only linking between Batman v Superman and Justice League is Batman dying. Superman dying.
But they like DC had their plan from the beginning. Like they did. Like they like you've seen. I don't know if you guys have seen, but before obviously Zack Snyder had to cut his time short.
Of course, yeah.
The whole thing with his daughter for Justice League, and that's partly why it's such a bad movie. But like, they had a plan. The plan was Justice League 1 was they get together reluctantly, they fight Thingo for a bit, then he fucks off, kind of like in Infinity War a little bit.
Yeah.
But obviously he got the snap away. But then
they're going to bring in Darkseid.
Yeah, and then number 2, they go to Apocalypse, which is his home. They fight him there. And then number 3 was something else. But like they had a good plan, like Marvel did. Yeah, but it's just that they rushed it.
They rushed it because...
And not just that, do you not feel like in Justice League, maybe like, felt like 50% of the movie was just introducing characters?
Yeah,
there was a whole thing about Cyborg. There was a whole thing about the Flash. There was all these things, right? And it was like, I think it needed less of that.
On top of the introductions they already did in Batman v Superman.
Yes.
When
on the computer
Bruce
you're
goes
saying
through
that
the files, which I hated in that movie. That was so stupid to put that in there.
So it was
But then it's kind of like the thing, like, you know, Marvel did it. I feel bad for comparing, but like Marvel did it like every character when they were introduced, most of them got their solo movie at the start. Besides like Black Panther and stuff. but they were still like minor roles in a bigger movie.
Yeah.
But like in Justice League, I feel like they've done they did the opposite, where they tried to introduce everyone at once, and then do like the solo movies after.
Yeah.
Where I think it's probably easier to go solo movie or like a small role, and then
Yeah, at least some sort of a role in any way. Like I think they had how the Flash did that when he went back in time in Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
I think that was fine. That was enough.
Yeah.
And then you can bring him in and then do what you did in Justice League. I thought that was cool. I thought that was fine. But then to not even have Aquaman have anything beforehand apart from that little clip of him speeding through the water, and then Cyborg just to come out of nowhere, like with the mother boxes and stuff. I mean, I suppose you could probably go with that because the whole thing was a mother box, but
yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that was just a whole rant. Continuing on with the Batman, going back to this Batman movie. Going back to the Batman movie that we're talking about with Robert Pattinson, Catwoman and Penguin are rumored to be the main villains in the movie, and there's 6 of the rogues gallery in it. That's been another rumor that's been talked about as well.
Brian, who do you reckon are going to be the other 4?
So, I can't see it being Joker because obviously Joker's having his own movie. I think they're going to separate that. Yeah. I think we've seen that a couple of times now.
Yeah, I think Joker's too big of a villain to do that as well.
I think and we've seen Scarecrow in the Dark Knight series.
So you don't think they're going to put Scarecrow in this?
I think it's a 50-50 chance. I'm more than happy to see it. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
He may be in it because he was such a big villain. I can't see them doing Bane again.
I hope they don't do Bane.
I don't think they would.
It's going to be set. I mean, it's going to be set in the past. So like, I'm going to guess somewhere around the 90s.
Yeah, I'm guessing 90s is probably a good time. I think that's what was rumored as well.
I could almost guarantee Penguin's going to be in it.
He is.
Yeah.
Penguin and Catwoman.
Catwoman, isn't it?
Penguin, Catwoman.
Cool. Are the 2 main antagonists.
Yeah. Let's just say Scarecrow for like the sake of the rumors. Like just a guess.
Yeah.
So it's 3. There's 3 more.
I would love to see Two-Face.
Yeah, that's 4.
Two-Face. We saw Two-Face in the Dark Knight series. I think it was just such a cool, hero to villain story.
Yeah.
I think they could do that again, and it would be completely fine.
Yeah.
So apart from those few,
there's 4. So just 2 more.
I think Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I think he's big enough and also minor enough to have.
Yeah.
We won't see Ra's al Ghul, I don't think, because I feel like that's just overdone.
No.
But the Dollmaker, we do see the Dollmaker in that Arrow episode. I don't know if you remember when he gets Laurel.
Yeah, I really like the Dollmaker.
I think that's a cool villain.
And or Mr. Pig.
Yeah.
Do you know who Mr. Pig is?
No, I haven't.
No, I don't.
He's basically just like this insane surgeon that likes to put people together. And
wait, it's Professor Pig.
Professor Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he puts Doctor. No, it's Professor. And he puts people. Yeah, he just puts people together and stitches them up and like makes this. I don't know fully about him.
I've heard it was in a game. Was he one of the?
He was in one of the archives.
That's the.
There's also an animated movie. I think it's Robin, Batman vs Robin.
Right.
And he's in the start of it. But it's a really interesting concept, and you don't need. It means you won't have all these fighting villains as well.
Yeah, true.
And sorry, there was 2 villains that you mentioned before actually that definitely I think would be a good look, which was the Riddler and Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
That's right.
Yeah. How do we forget those?
Yeah. I just as long as it's not, which I don't think it will be, but as long as it's not a not an origin thing, but like an introductory thing where they have to introduce who the Riddler is. Like, have a couple of them already established.
Yeah.
In the universe, like you can have the Penguin already established because like he does become the mayor in the comics at one point. Like he doesn't have to be the mayor, but someone significant you can do and obviously Harvey Dent is already a district attorney.
He was a district attorney. Yeah.
And then you've got the Riddler, who's a scientist, I think, or some kind. Like you've already got people. Like you don't need to introduce.
So we have seen the Riddler.
You know?
We've seen a base of the Riddler in Gotham.
Jim Carrey. Oh, okay, yeah.
Like in recent times, the only other villain, that possibly I can't see them doing it though because of the TV show coming out, but that's Hush.
I don't think they'll do Hush.
Only because the TV show is coming out, but
I feel like Hush is like its own.
I think Hush is definitely its own.
Like that animated trailer that just came out as well. Like they're making an animated film. Is it a film or a TV show?
Film.
An animated film on Hush versus Batman. Like Hush is his own like.
He's
movie.
very psychological. I think you definitely have to have your own thing.
You need to really get into like Hush. Yeah. So the trailer did look good. The animated one.
I think definitely
cool.
if they're gonna go like raw Batman go to the streets, and it's gonna be
Well, it's going to be a detective thing.
heaps of villains. I think they're gonna go with not like they won't go overboard. It will be like the ones that are on the street. So you'll see like obviously Penguin, Dollmaker makes sense. The Riddler makes sense. I don't know about Killer Croc. I think that's a little bit out of perspective. Like it's not really gonna work in the
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Yeah. I think you're probably right.
I think they'll go with like the
Probably,
gangster vibe.
Probably.
I think you're probably right. I think he's too. If you're gonna do him right, he does not have to. He should not be like he was in Suicide Squad.
No.
That's for sure.
What about
He should be this big dude that's hunting for. He needs the. What was it? What game is he in? He's in Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember.
He's in
yeah.
one of them. He needs to be hunting for stuff. He needs to be this big creature with a tail that's looking for stuff.
I want to know the status of Robin. Are we going to see Robin? Because obviously we see
I
that
don't
little
reckon.
bit of him in that movie
Yeah.
at the end, and he puts in his badge. He says, "I'm Robin." Blah blah blah. I think it'd be really cool to see Robin.
I don't reckon he will be.
Nah.
I think
reckon.
if they do a lot of the gangster kind of vibe, they do the detective thing. Maybe at the end they could introduce him or something.
Yeah. Well, if I'm, what I hope they do is don't include him. Just establish Batman for who he is. Don't even tease. Don't tease anything after this. Just do the movie. Don't worry about set if they even are going to set anything up.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Don't set up a next Batman. Don't connect it to anything if you don't want to. Do your own thing. Make a Batman movie. Forget about Robin. He doesn't need to be in the movie.
Yeah, obviously, but it just adds another.
I know.
Adds another layer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There's also another animated trailer which you showed us. Batman versus Ninja Turtles. That's out already apparently. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah, so that was an interesting animated movie. It looks pretty good. I mean, I've never been too big on the animated films, but
I love the Ninja Turtles, and I think all the DC
Yeah,
animated
big
films are
fan.
really
I think
good, so-
watching Shredder and the Foot Clan team up with Joker is going to be like one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
so that's out if you want to go check it out. I'm not sure where it is, but
I'm just gonna watch it in like 1, 2, 3 movies or something.
no, you're not. That's criminal activity.
I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, exactly. That's what I thought.
It'd be on stand on Netflix.
Yeah, it'll probably be on stand on Netflix or something. Anyway, that's out right there. And the last topic we have is the Batwoman trailer.
Ooh.
So
Do we really have to talk about it?
I think we just mentioned it. We're going to talk just briefly about it.
Let's talk about DC.
It's as good as a Sonic trailer.
Yeah, look, okay. we'll get the background if you haven't seen
Let's
it.
talk about. Hey, wait. Let's
Just
talk
cut it up,
about.
it's fine. It's alright. It's alright, Brian. It's fine. It's fine.
DC shows as a far, right? So let's
On the
talk,
CW.
on the CW.
Yeah, on CW.
Right.
Supergirl.
Let's talk about Supergirl. Let's talk about Arrow and the Flash.
Okay.
It's the same creators.
Let's start with Arrow. Arrow was a
Yeah.
great show. First 4 seasons.
No. First 2 seasons, unbelievable. Third season, pretty good. 4th season, really started to go downhill.
First 4 seasons.
Oh wait, no. Which
were good.
is the one with Adrian Chase? Is that 5th? It's not 4th. I think it's 5th.
No.
5th is alright.
That's the 4th season.
No, it's a 5th. It's a 5th. No. Because 4th is Damien Dark.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
5th is alright.
Okay.
5th is okay.
So you didn't like the Damien Dark season.
No. I
Anyway.
don't think he was a shit villain. I just thought it was shit.
Overall, decent show. It's coming to an end. Sad to see, but it's coming to lose.
It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse. They've done well.
Could have been
First
a
2
lot better.
seasons, best DC starting seasons.
Yeah.
All right, Flash.
I've
Flash
heard
started
very
off.
good things about Flash.
Flash started off great. Loved the Flash.
Yeah, you really liked it.
I really enjoyed it. You
Did
had
you-
a
have you
massive
watched it?
problem.
I've not seen The Flash,
Okay.
but I've heard very good things
So-
about it. Like I've
so-
heard it's people's favorite shows.
Yeah.
Definitely a good
What
show.
was my problem?
Your problem was the villains always saying who they are
Oh,
every single time there's one on
okay.
there.
So I stopped.
And you recently sent me that video of
Yeah, it's
Speed of
Godspeed,
Godspeed doing it again. Yeah.
I stopped watching at about. Stopped watching probably the third. No.
The Flash. Third
No,
season.
I watched the third, probably half of the third season. So I think that was the season with Savitar.
Yeah.
And after that, I just stopped watching because it was just real shit. And there's just a mock-up of all there's a mashup of all these videos, and it's all the heroes, all the villains just saying who they are, and it's like, well, we can clearly see.
Yeah. Like Godspeed,
you
he
are.
he comes on screen. And
Yeah,
he's like,
I am the god of speed. And
Yeah.
it's like, cool, we can see that. Like you're white, you've got all this, it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
So it's just,
So you weren't a fan of that, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's 2 ticks from me.
okay.
All right.
Yep.
Supergirl.
I've heard that's like it started off pretty good, but then
started
went
off
pretty trash.
good.
No, I disagree again.
I haven't seen it.
I
That's
thought it
what
was
I've
shit
heard.
house from the beginning.
I think the hype of it was good. I think at that time too, where everything else was, it kind of fitted in.
It was a good time to put it on.
It fitted in because they released Legends of Tomorrow. Everything kind of just worked for like a season, maybe, right?
Yeah.
It flowed. There wasn't too many crossovers. Everything made sense. It was good. After that, it started jumping between things. It didn't really...
Yeah, well, I watched the first season. I didn't even get to the first season. I watched half of the first season and I couldn't keep going.
So, the next series in the lineup is Batwoman, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to be good from these past shows. After watching the trailer, I'm not sure.
Look, okay. No, I don't have a problem with the show itself. I only had a problem with... It just feels like they're using Batwoman as a platform to promote something else. In like the way I see it is like I'm gonna break the trailer into two parts. Was the before she found the suit part and the after she found the suit part.
Mm-hmm.
Before she found the suit, the trailer was looking sick. Like, you know, Ruby Rose, she was kicking ass. It was looking fantastic. And then she found the suit and she dropped the line. And okay, firstly, the suit had like, you know, boob like what's it called? It looked like it was fit for her already.
Yeah.
When she found it, but
very,
it was
very slender Batman.
very slender Batman, and it had like
Thick
like
Batman.
boob like what's the word I'm looking for?
Chest.
Like cut like cup like
It had it. Yeah.
like it had cups
You know-
already.
You know what you mean.
Like yeah, like it had like anyway, it had cups in there, and like she said it was for Batman. So I don't know if like Bruce Wayne got very fat before he like disappeared or like what happened. But anyway, then she's like mentioned the comment like it'll be perfect when it fits a woman, and then like the song like I'm a Woman comes and plays, and like I don't know, it just took a different turn.
Took a very
Something that you-
It became like I just got like very feminist like portrayal from it.
I have nothing I don't know. I think maybe having a female villain and a female hero is a lot, but I have no problem with it if it's going to be good. I will watch it.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a biggest fan of the suit. I think it kind of looks like it doesn't look right.
Do you know what the comic book suit looks like?
No.
Batwoman, not Batgirl.
Batwoman with the yellow with the gold.
That's Batgirl.
Okay, no.
Batwoman has a red bat and then like long red hair.
No, that was at the end of the trailer.
Yeah,
That was at the end of the trailer,
it's at the end of the trailer.
All right, no. You did mention something interesting. That guy that was showing around. Ruby
the black guy.
in-
Yes,
Yeah, Lucius's
probably Lucius's son.
Lucius Fox's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Yeah.
So he'll be like that.
But it's just like how Supergirl got B grade people as well. They had Lex Luthor's sister instead of Lex Luthor for Supergirl. Then Arrow. They had I can't even probably someone. They had someone like that. But yeah, they had all the B grade people. And I understand like it's a TV.
I think that's cool.
Like, it's kind of cool too. But
Definitely. I think the funny thing is when you do in that trailer, it shows you going down to the Batcave.
Yep.
It looked very similar to previous Batcaves.
It did, yeah.
It almost looked like it was a continuation, like this existed.
It did.
Apart from the suit, but like the way she went down, the lights, the way the suit was actually
a bit smaller though.
displayed.
Yeah.
It was a bit smaller, obviously a bit different to the Ben Affleck suit.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
interesting.
It looked like the Gotham suit, to be honest.
Yeah.
like if you know what, if in the trailer she said it'll be perfect once it fits me, and then like she had a cool like scene of her like fighting everybody and kicking ass, and it wasn't like it wasn't about women, it was just about her being Batwoman, I'd be like, yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
like,
what she says.
Yeah, she
She
goes
says
like
something else too after that.
she goes, I won't like let a man take woman's like work or
Credit
credit for
woman's
woman's work.
work, and
And
it's
I'm
like-
like
Yeah, but
it's
she's
just-
in the
You've
Batcave.
also, you've also gone to the Batcave who was Bruce Wayne's. You've also taken Bruce Wayne's suit and altered that.
And Fox's son
also,
is helping you.
And you've also piggybacked on the Bat persona. So
yeah, like it's like, yeah, like I'm okay. Like I'm all for the idea, but like they could have done it so much. Like that the credit line, not needed.
No, I'm with you. I'm not against. Yeah,
The
I'm
idea.
not against that idea. Like
of a
that's
show,
what you
even
wanna
the
do.
show as a whole. Not
Yeah,
against the idea.
I'm not. Yeah, and like
Could be very cool.
Yeah, it's like, and even with that backlash that the Avengers people got for having the A-Force kind of team up thing.
I love
with the
that.
women.
Love
It
the
was
A-Force.
good.
I'm cool with that. I really liked it. I thought it was cool. And it might sound ignorant coming from us because we're all guys and we're like,
Yeah, of
we don't
course.
need to hear that. But like, I don't think. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it was needed.
Well, if you think about it, it's not like if you watch the Batman trailer, he's completely in that character. It's Batman. Like he's gonna say, "I'm Batman." He's not gonna say, I'm a female playing Batwoman. You know what I mean? Like,
What are you saying?
I have no idea
I
where
don't know
you're
where you were
going.
going.
You've lost me here.
You
Like, at
said
the
that
end-
and I was like, what the hell?
at the end, she says, "It'll be right when the suit fits a woman."
Yeah.
It's just not something you'd see from a comic. Like, it's not.
No,
It's out there, like, it's done on purpose.
Okay. My rebuttal to that would be you can't look at it like that because we're in 2019. There's all this debate about women's rights and stuff like that.
And I understand that.
I think it's ignorant to say that because
It's a little.
because women's like it's a big deal obviously for that to happen.
But
It
I
was a
think
big deal when
instead of making
Supergirl
it
came
obvious,
out,
they could show that power way
No,
better
oh,
without.
Yeah,
like,
I think
make
so
it,
too. I think so too. Because with the trailer having that in it, you've now set the tone for the whole TV show. That it's
Yeah.
going to be about a powerful woman, and
Yeah.
that's cool.
That is cool
But you
because
didn't need to set the tone in the trailer for that. You could have showed that in different episodes. You could have
No.
shown how she can do it on her own.
Yeah,
you
because
know
like
what I mean?
when I think of this TV show, I just think it's going to be just very very just women empowerment and just more about that than Ruby Rose
Yep.
being Batwoman.
Yep.
Like that's just how I see it.
I agree.
I mean, it might sound ignorant coming from us because we're
Yeah.
three white dudes, but at the same time, I'm thinking about this as like a superhero fan.
yeah.
Like the way I
Well,
see
I
it
think
as a
Ruby-
superhero fan is not. It's not about
Yeah.
being a superhero
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Ruby
What do you
Rose
think?
is gonna nail the role. I think either way.
Oh yeah, that's like I have no
think
question about that.
Like even that start
She's a
with
good
all the
actress.
actions and stuff,
Mm.
it looks really really well done.
She's a good actress. Yeah. I think
Definitely.
she'll
So it just
definitely
depends
do
where
well.
they go with
No,
that.
it's not about like the acting or the like. It's not about anything. It's just about what the show's focus is
Yeah,
about.
because like you said, how you broke it up into two parts.
Yeah.
First part, great,
Mm.
and granted, most of it was more action than dialogue,
Yeah,
but great. Then you had the second half, which just seems to be a women's not rights, probably more feminism.
yeah, feminism, like
Is
yeah,
that right?
feminist, like
Yeah.
a feminist approach.
Just or sorry, maybe not feminist approach, but the stereotypical feminism approach.
Yeah, okay,
That they just want everything. You know what I mean? to
yeah,
be
like
which is not what a lot of people think anyway. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
like you've set the tone for the whole show now.
Yeah.
And for me, that's kind of put me off.
For the trailer to have 56,000 likes and 200,000 dislikes, you know, it looks like they've almost killed the show before.
21,000.
21,000.
is like 30.
I was gonna say.
No, I thought it was even worse than that. I'm checking
From the
now.
official DC page.
I'm looking at
it
the
was-
first look trailer on YouTube. I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the one that was the one that was uploaded by DC. I'm talking about that.
This was on. I'll show you where this one was posted on. This one was posted. The one I'm talking about.
Okay.
On the CW.
CW Network.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about the one posted by
CW
DC.
Network has 58,000 thumbs up and 217,000 thumbs down
Yeah.
and 3.5 million views. That's right.
Look,
there.
I'm definitely gonna watch it based off these
yeah,
previous
I'll
shows.
watch it too.
I think it's gonna be a good show. I feel like who knows? I think we have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'll judge it when it comes.
I mean,
out,
yeah.
but-
Obviously, I'm just like judging.
No,
like,
no.
obviously, we're talking.
You have to- yeah, you gotta talk
We're talking
about
pop
it.
culture.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about the trailer that's
Yeah.
come out. But yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did all right.
A lot of DC news.
Yeah, a lot of DC news. We'll see what's happening next week. But yeah, any concluding remarks?
Oh no! One more thing.
Okay, sorry.
It is regarding the Wonder Woman 84 movie.
Yes.
There is, if you look up Google, I'm pretty sure you look up the cast. It comes
Yep.
up with Hawkman and Hawkgirl have been cast in it. Hawkman is going to Sam Worthington, who is also an Avatar, the Aussie guy, I'm pretty sure. And Hawkgirl is Alicia Vikander, who is in the Tomb Raider movies. Good casting.
It'll be
It's
interesting.
true.
We've seen Hawkeye and
Hawkman. And
sorry,
Hawkgirl.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl before in that crossover of Arrow and Flash.
Yeah, which were done poorly.
Done poor.
To say
It was
the
alright for a
best.
show,
Yeah.
not for a movie. I expected
No,
a bit more.
of course,
Um,
obviously.
And she's a great actor. Obviously, she's in Tomb Raider,
She's a really good actor. Yeah.
so I think she'll nail that role.
She looks the part too.
Yeah.
For Hawkgirl.
I don't know much about the guy playing Hawk.
I don't know much what else he's done
Okay.
apart from Avatar. So
Yeah, obviously he was
Yeah.
in his main character, but it should be good. I think it's a good take. I think
if it's true, that's really cool. I like that.
definitely.
It doesn't. Feel
It's
like
an interesting
too
way to bring
over
like a whole mystic vibe to the DCU
or whatever it is. Yeah.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever
I
they're
mean,
going
we already know that Cheetah's the villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and she's from and Wonder Woman's obviously from mythology. And I think I don't know heaps about him, but I think Hawkman and Hawkgirl are in some form from the mythos of that.
Yeah, they got a connection.
Yeah.
Well, that's what in the Arrow Flash crossover, they pretty much showed that they were bonded for life from like centuries ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they had to find each other.
And every time they die, they have to find each other again.
Yeah, I mean, this will, yeah.
I don't think they're going to go along that story.
I hope not.
But it will have elements of obviously them and stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see how they take this approach in this one.
Definitely. All right,
but
cool.
yeah.
All right, cool. So that's the end of the first week, first podcast. What do we think, lads? How did you think we went?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad?
I think it's good.
Yes. All right, cool. If you have any feedback you'd like to give us, we do have social medias. They'll be linked in the description of this podcast, but they are at TRSM Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, our personal links will also be in the description. But we appreciate you guys listening to the first episode. If there's any issues, we'll fix that next week. But we hope you guys definitely did enjoy. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.